cannabis has not been responsible for a single drug death in Australia or in the world as far as we're informed. Alcohol is responsible for a lot of deaths in this country, both from the acute effects of intoxication and the longer effects of toxicity. Why they're treated so very differently, from being promoted in the electronic media and all the rest to being demonised and prohibited. People have to ask that question themselves.
Dr. Andrew Catalaris is a registrar in forensic medicine.
Hemp drugs should be available to all those who may benefit and who need them.
There's thousands of acres in depressed rural areas just crying out for a high value-added crop, and I think hemp is the ideal crop.
One of the most valuable medicines, natural plant medicines in the world, marijuana, good for glaucoma, epilepsy, asthma, menstrual cramps, insomnia, eating disorders, muscle spasms, and the pharmaceutical industry is allowed to run propaganda saying that it's no good. Really what the government fears is the information about marijuana, the real information about it.
Anything made from wood pulp can be made from hemp, from cardboard to newspapers, from tissue to Bible paper. Holland recycles an impressive 70% of its waste paper, but the more paper is recycled, the weaker it becomes. The inherent strength of hemp fibre makes it an ideal pulp to reinforce recycled papers. It's a market niche worth billions of dollars annually. Andrew Catalaris sees the potential for a hemp industry that could rival the massive cotton industry, which is beset with environmental problems. Andrew's views are backed up by Hans Waldering, a cotton grower and agronomist with Australia's largest agricultural consultancy.
Hemp will be of benefit. A lot of irrigated crops do have a fairly high dependence on chemicals, and hemp, it would appear, has a very low to nil requirement.
Industries that exist today that do not want to see the revival of a hemp industry because it competes. It's a natural. And the synthetic companies and the companies that are using non-renewable resources are not going to be too happy with that sort of competition.
And the United States government won't recognize that you can grow this plant without any drug. And so we can have paper made out of hemp, and we can have clothes made out of hemp, and we can produce it all here in this country. And the farmers can make the money, and we can have a whole industry based around hemp. And it won't have any THC, won't have any recreational drug use whatsoever. But they won't let us make that separation. And I believe that's why, that's the evidence that the THC is just the smokescreen. And it's the hemp that they're really concerned about.
Saviour of Tasmania's fast disappearing old-growth forests.
We haven't seen anybody yet come up with an answer to the forest crisis. Trees are fiber, hemp is fiber. It's as simple as that. Hemp is a far superior fiber.